Hello everybody. So Judge Warby refused the Mail on Sunday an appeal, but he would do so, because if he granted the appeal it would have meant that he admitted his mistake or mistake. But the Mail on Sunday can now appeal directly to the appeals court, where Judge Warby cannot preside over the appeals process, as it is not allowed for a judge to preside over an appeal of a ruling he himself made. I do believe that the Mail on Sunday will appeal, and I do believe that they will win on appeal. I cannot see how the appeals court cannot grant a request. As it stands at the moment, it is my opinion that Judge Warby ruled on maybe a third of the evidence. I believe that the Mail on Sunday and Thomas Markle deserve to be heard, and I feel that justice has to be done. Covering up evidence or ignoring evidence is not doing the monarchy any favours, and if they interfered in the case, and I believe they did, it was the biggest mistake they have made in years. So let us wait and see whether the Mail on Sunday approaches the appeals court, and I for one will support them if they do. In the meantime, I think the case so far had one good outcome, as it appears as if the gloves are off as far as Harry and Meghan are concerned. Judging by the headlines yesterday, Meghan will only now find out what being harassed by the media feels like. Here are just a few of those headlines that I read yesterday. Today, unfortunately, I was out of town, but these are from yesterday. One of them, Prince Charles hammers final nail in Megxit coffin. Harry and Meghan left with no UK base. Another one, Meghan Markle accused of exaggerating her problems as Duchess pays price of privilege. Yet another one, royal pals tear into Meghan Markle over her and Harry's treatment of the Queen. One more, close every door. Meghan and Harry should never be allowed to re-enter royal life. And best of all, Prince who, Americans shown this photo of Harry, mistaken for a country singer, TV newsman, or even a wanted crook. And one who did recognize him called him Harris. And another one, Prince Harry haunted by Megxit decision and desperately making excuses for choices. And so on and so on. Along with the media, however, it appears as if staff who worked with Meghan and Harry, particularly Meghan, have also had enough of the hypocrisy and lies. More and more stories about Meghan's conduct at Kensington Palace are leaking out. Of course, this is not exactly new, as by now we have heard about Meghan's 5 a.m. emails to staff. We heard about her being nicknamed Duchess Difficult, and we heard that Catherine even felt the need to intervene and reprimand Meghan over how she spoke to Kensington Palace staff. What we have not heard about until now was that staff actually felt the need to send an email to HR about it, and one of these members of staff felt so strongly about her deplorable conduct that he, Jason Knopf, whose alleged email reads, "I'm very concerned the Duchess was able to bully 2 PAs out of the household in the past year. The treatment of X was totally unacceptable. The Duchess seems intent on always having someone in her sights. She is bullying Y and seeking to undermine her confidence. We have report after report from people who have witnessed unacceptable behavior." Now, Jason Knauf was appointed as Meghan's press secretary at the time, and he was trusted enough to give feedback on her letter to Thomas Markle. Yet, he was the one to report her for bullying. Before joining the staff at Kensington Palace, Jason was press secretary for the Deputy Prime Minister of New Zealand. Before Harry even met Meghan, Jason worked for William, Kate and Harry. However, when the palace started representing Meghan, he became her press secretary. Knauf was born in Texas, and it is most likely that he was chosen to represent Meghan as he is American. Jason, however, left Kensington Palace early in 2019 to become the chief executive of the Royal Foundation of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. And he was actually one of 9 people to have resigned from Harry and Meghan's service. As expected, a spokesperson for Meghan was quick off the mark to issue a statement saying that the Duchess is saddened by the latest attack on her character, particularly as someone who has been the target of bullying herself and is deeply committed to supporting those who have experienced pain and trauma, blah, blah, blah. So even here and now, Meghan uses the opportunity to play the victim. Poor me, I was also bullied. Yeah, right, Meghan. When was that? When exactly were you bullied? And on this note, I shall bring you a few prime examples of just the opposite in the next few days, so look out for that. It has now become known that Meghan and Harry had issued another response in the form of a legal letter to the Times, in which a lawyer for Meghan accused the newspaper of being used by Buckingham Palace to peddle a false narrative. I'm not even going to read the full response, as it is vile. People, this is becoming serious. When an American hustler starts accusing Buckingham Palace, and by implication the Queen, of spreading false information. Just stop a minute and think about that. At first, Buckingham Palace had refused to comment, but have since issued the following statement. We are clearly very concerned about allegations in the Times following claims made by former staff of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Accordingly, our HR team will look into the circumstances outlined in the article. Members of staff involved at the time, including those who have left the household, will be invited to participate to see if lessons can be learned. The royal household has had a dignity at work policy in place for a number of years, and does not and will not tolerate bullying or harassment in the workplace. Well, I think this is all good and well, but a little late, I guess. I was going to talk about the Oprah interview trailer, but I think most of everything had already been said. Everything from Meghan's dress and Harry's shoes with the holes in it, to her makeup, etc., etc. So I'll wait until after the full interview to discuss it. In the meantime, I heard that Prince Charles's visit to Prince Philip in the hospital was as a result of a request from Prince Philip, and that he did so to express his concerns about the future of the monarchy. Whether this is true or not, I do not know. All I know is that I am extremely sad to see someone like Prince Philip having to experience the filth, the dirt, the disrespect being dished out by Harry and Meghan. having to experience Harry and Meghan turning the royal family into a daily soap opera. I watched as Prince Philip was transferred to a waiting ambulance, and I cried a little for this proud man who gave his all to his wife, his children, and his country. And in the words of another idiot whipper-snapper, I feel like shouting in Meghan and Harry's faces, "How dare you? How dare they? Even if the Queen was not the Queen, and even if Prince Philip wasn't a prince, they are still 95 and 99 years old and the grandparents of Harry. I'm sorry, but no matter how hard I try, I am reaching a point where my disgust for Harry and Meghan as human beings is beyond comparison. Their conduct is vile, and if there's a God in heaven and any justice on earth or beyond, they are certainly heading for unmeasurable pain. As the fifth commandment clearly states, "Honor your father and mother, so that you may live long in the land the Lord your God is giving you." And whether you are Christian or not, even the Torah expresses the same when it compares the honor you owe your father and mother to the honor you have to give the Almighty. Even in the Muslim faith, Muhammad defined the greatest of sins as that of not listening to your parents or obeying your parents, and that the blessings of God will be unto a child's life when respecting the elderly, and that caring for them is the duty of the child. I apologize if the wording is not 100% accurate, but that is the general gist of it. Yet Meghan and Harry deem themselves not only above us all, but above the rules of decency set for general society. And of course, not only are they disrespecting Prince Philip, the Queen, Prince Charles, but also Meghan's father, Thomas Markle. Anyway, I do get a bit hot under the collar when discussing this particular subject. So I'm just going to end off by saying, whatever Prince Philip's fate, I wish him and the Queen love and peace. And with this, I'm going to sign off until next time. Bye.